fine. Is there a reset button for everything that resets it for you?
In your character sheets?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think you have to do everything yourself.
That's fine.
So yeah, get all your spells back, get all your hit dice. I don't think you would have expelled any, but hit dice if you had them, and all of your HP. And so we'll begin the day. We start early in the morning, just before the sun rises, because you guys went to bed rather early, as your sleep ends. The dome that Gallus created disappears, and as you all prepare to breathe the cool morning air, you instead inhale the extremely pungent odor of the 20 or so rotting and decomposing corpses from the night before. So I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, and Gengar, I'm going to give you advantage on this.
I was about to ask.
All right. Hey, that's not bad.
Constitution saving?
Yes. All right. So Ruby and Robert, Ruby and Gallus, you are completely fine. It is a pungent odor that you do smell, but it doesn't take you aback quite as much as perhaps you might have expected. Gengar, however, despite your penchant for hanging around death, you, however, are sickened by what you smell.
How am I sickened?
What's that?
I got a 16.
I'm aware. There's a lot of dead bodies here. Some of them blighted and pretty gross, having taken a lot of necrotic damage. You just have a -2 penalty on everything that you do for the next 6 hours or so.
Okay.
Which may not affect anything because you may not come across anything. Who knows? Dane, however, you're not feeling so great when you smell this essentially wall. The dome was essentially keeping this all at bay, and you just get a huge whiff of it as soon as you wake up in the morning, and you are now nauseated. Which means for the next 6 hours or so, you're unable to attack, cast spells, concentrate on spells, or the only thing you can really do is just kind of move.
Okay.
You have stomach pains. You're basically on the verge of puking from the smell that's basically just gotten right into your system. So you guys are woken. It's pretty early. The sun hasn't fully risen yet. It's probably about maybe if you want to get it 5 o'clock or so. So now that you guys are awake, what do you guys want to do?
It smells like shit out there.
We really... Oh, Jesus, guys, I haven't practiced this at all.
Well, it's been a while.
We really fucked them up.
What? So close to them.
It smells like arse out there.
This is the smell of my normal daily life.
God.
Although I will say it is rather horrid now that there's 20 corpses. I only deal with a couple or so at a time.
Is the sun kind of baking the corpses alive?
It's not so much the sun. It is kind of humid, and it is a bit. It's a bit more moist of a morning, and so there's a lot of flies around. Actually, as this dome kind of comes down and you start moving, there's a lot of carrion crows and stuff like that. They immediately go fluttering away as sudden movement appears in a spot that they didn't think there was anything there.
It might be good to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm fine for that. We need to get on the road and get the hell out, away from this smell.
We are a bit behind schedule.
Do you know what city we're going to?
Do we have a map?
Yes, I can drop you guys on the map. It has been updated.
Well, I mean, does the group have a map?
The group doesn't have a map. However, you guys would know, and I kind of... This map is essentially to scale, so if you do drag on it, it'll tell you essentially how far
Oh, cool.
it's going to take you to get to your cities. So you guys will know based off Dane's whenever you find the path that you are heading directly east on this road. The only way you're essentially going, and it's essentially the same way that Gengar and Gallus came in. You guys know that. So you guys are headed straight to Danderfield. So having come in that way, you know that it's going to be a couple, at least probably, if you guys are walking, I'm going to say at least a week journey. It's going to take you quite a while. It's like 300 miles straight. So it's quite a journey back to where you guys are going. You know that, Kangas and Gallus, because you came in this way. You're essentially going right back to where you came from.
Yeah.
Unfortunate we didn't get a cart or a horse.
Well, I believe
tried.
the plan was to get one in Danderfield. Start from there.
Didn't you turn some things into like for someone to ride?
Yeah, I've created balls for me and our halfling friend over here, Ruby. It's for us short
Might
people.
work. I might be able to turn into a horse, and our nauseous friend over here could ride me, and that might cut off some of our time.
That might be helpful. I'm feeling very, very ill right now.
That would be a ridiculous sight. Anyways, come on, zombie boar. Come on, zombie boar.
Are these things safe to ride?
They're just as safe as any other boar. I have complete control over them. They're not gonna buck you off or anything.
Okay, that's good to know.
But you are aware, Ruby, that it is an undead boar. I mean, you've certainly never ridden an undead anything before, let alone an undead boar. So I guess
I kind of.
if you are willing to ride an undead boar, then you're more than welcome to. But
I
She
go
might
up.
be able to ride the horse as well. I could probably carry two.
you'd probably have the strength of just a regular riding horse, I would assume.
No, I swear it's all right. Come here, boar.
And I have the boar come to me and I like pet it, and it, I don't know, gargles in pleasure. I don't know. I don't think I can. Like I don't even know what a boar would sound like if it's happy, but that's what the zombie sounds like. It's happy.
I'm gonna rummage through my bag, try to find like a cloth or something, and kind of try to wipe its back with it before I attempt to ride on this thing.
Okay.
Are you ready, Dane?
Do you have something? I will say that you probably have something like that in your bag. You probably have a traveler's pack or explorer's pack or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, I might have a solution that might fix it magically for you, since you're not used to working with the undead.
And I'm going to attempt to cast Arcanist magical aura.
Okay, let me look that up.
Well,
I was expecting something like this.
so this is basically my spell that's gonna hide my zombie things.
Is this not? Why is this not in the handbook?
It should be.
It probably has someone's name before it, doesn't it? It probably has a name.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Is it like Leomans or something?
Yeah. Shit. Don't know. There's Leoman. There's a guy that starts with an M.
It's
like Mordecai or
Nystol. It's Nystol. NY.
Why don't they just put that in there? I don't understand.
Yeah, I think is it copyright?
Who knows? Okay, so what are you doing then? Are you doing false aura or are you doing mask?
It should be aura. Read the first sentence of the description to me.
You change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects, such as detect magic. That detect magical auras.
This one says you place an illusion on a creature or an object you touch, so that divination.
Oh, that's just the regular. Okay, that's just the start of the actual description. Okay. So divination spells reveal false info about it. Okay.
That's a handy spell. I'm gonna have to pocket that one for
24 hours.
False.
So you aren't actually.
You know what?
You're not actually changing anything about it, though.
No,
correct?
I'm not. You're right. What the hell
Just
is
the
this
way
spell?
magic detects it.
The internet told me to get this spell. So I might have to change it up. Because this was supposed to hide all of my magic, my zombie stuff.
I would think the only
What was
thing
the
you
other
could
one?
do is...
Did you say there's a mask one?
Well, that's part of that spell.
Oh, okay. Alright, that's if I'm hiding magic. I mean, it is kind of hiding its magic, but it still looks like a zombie.
Yeah. The only thing I could think that would work probably is you could do seeming, I think.
Seeming?
Which would change its appearance illusory-wise. So that would change its physical appearance, so you can make it look like a normal dog or boar or something, or a regular boar,
Yeah.
like a dog or something like that.
That's a 5th level spell.
It is. Because you can do it to a lot of things, I think, is you'd be using it one time, essentially. Or two, I guess, for both years.
Well, I'm not going to cast that then.
Okay.
I'll cast my spell then once we're ready to go.
Okay, I will just say, I guess, to you, Ruby, you need to make the decision of whether or not you're okay with riding an undead boar.
I'll try it,
you.
I guess. I'll try it, see how it goes.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to go, you're going to go ahead and cast Polymorph, Robert. That'll turn you into a. You want to be just like a riding horse?
Yeah, riding horse is fine. I could also do a war horse, but they both have the 60 feet of movement. They're essentially the same.
Yeah. It's up to you, whichever one you want to do.
I guess I'll do the riding horse just so that we don't look like we're part of the war.
Yep.
I don't want us to get into trouble with that kind of stuff, so just a regular horse.
Okay. So you got the regular horse. Ruby and Gengar, you are riding on these undead boars.
And I'm going to straddle Robert.
Okay. Okay, I'll just say...
For an hour, so I can't talk. Yeah!
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 little slaps.
Oh God, just take off.
Okay, so just so you are aware, the zombie boar has a speed of 25 feet, which is actually slower than your guys' own speed. I mean, I guess it would probably be the same for as gnome. You probably have 25, right? What? Yeah, so it's the same speed essentially.
The boar is the same speed as the gnome?
Yeah, because it has 2/3 speed according to your zombie monster stat block that you gave me.
Ew.
Zombies don't really move fast.
No,
They're
they
not
don't.
known for their...
Yeah, it's kind of hobbling a bit. All of them probably took some sort of damage in the fight, so this is essentially, it wouldn't save you much time, but it would probably make it a bit more comfortable because you aren't expending so much. You could go farther, essentially, I would say. You could go farther each day than you would if you were walking.
Well, I've never actually ridden one of my creations. This is kind of disappointing, to say the least. I'll have to do more experiments later.
Just for
You sure you can't pick up the pace? I'm just like ahead of them, I'm assuming.
We're so far ahead of them, dude. We can go 60 feet, and they're
Yeah,
only
you're
going
essentially-
25.
you're trotting right now. You're just kind of.
Well, he smacked me, dude. We took off.
That's true. That's true. Just for kicks, Gengar and Ruby, can you just give me animal handling spells or checks, please?
Oh, what?
Animal handling, please. Just for kicks. Just to see
Oh.
what happens. All right.
Oh, Ruby's so good.
I'll give you advantage. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Oh, Jesus, that's 0, though.
Oh no!
So
I mean, I literally control
it's
so.
your zombie. It doesn't matter. You're fine. It's more Ruby. You, despite the weirdness of never having ridden this creature before, you're still pretty adept at it. It doesn't seem to cause you much trouble getting on and kind of getting this thing. I mean, essentially, Gengar is telling it where to go. If you're able to stay on it, it doesn't give you much trouble at all. So you guys start heading east along this road headed straight towards Danderfield. I'm just going to have either two of you give me perception checks, or if one person wants to do it with advantage, someone can aid that person.
My perception is 6. If you guys want me to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Yep.
I'm perceiving anything. I'm just focused on running.
I will say, Lauren. Oh God, you have so many abilities. Where is it?
Guidance.
Where the heck is your? Is it prime? Where is your natural explorer? Here you go. Okay. Okay, so yeah, your proficiency is doubled, so you'd actually have a plus. What is it? +4 in addition to this. Yeah, so whatever you roll, you have a +4.
And I gave her guidance.
And a D4. So you're gonna get quite a bit for this, I think.
Awesome. Okay. Oh.
Was one of you helping her or no?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear
I
anyone
don't-
say it, but I'll give it to you guys.
Yeah, I'll help.
I think you get it anyway, Lauren, because you're in your natural. Well, that's what the +4 is. So we'll say
Right.
Gengar helped
Plus
you.
a D4.
Plus a D4 plus your 4, so you get 18 already plus a D4.
Do you want me to roll a d4?
Yeah, sure. All right, 21. Cool. So you guys are just marching east. You guys will probably get about 30 miles. I'll say you guys probably get about. I'll raise the amount of miles you guys can go in a day just to expedite the process. But you'll probably get about 40 miles today.
How's the volcano looking?
I can only be a horse for 3 hours, guys.
That'll at least.
Unless I use higher level spell slots.
It's up to you.
How many hours are we trying to travel today?
I'd say we travel as much as we can today. Probably.
So you guys
Okay,
can probably
this-
travel about 9 hours without suffering any additional penalties.
Okay,
At a pretty fast pace, because you guys are just going probably straight there. And Ruby, you would know that even if you are traveling at a fast pace, you don't lose, you don't get like a negative to your perception to check or anything like that.
Alright, so
you guys can go pretty quickly.
I got 3 4th level slots, 2 5th levels, and a 6th level. So total is only 6 hours. I can horse for you, buddy. So I hope in 6 hours you're ready to walk. And that's literally all of my higher level spell slots. I just mark that down.
Oh, so use all 4, all 5, and all 6 for 1 hour each. Okay.
Yeah. Unless something happens in between.
Well, I will say, while you guys are traveling, the only things you really see. So, to answer your question, Dane, why don't you just give me a perception check as you're looking at the
volcano.
Yeah, I will say, regardless of your perception check, this is a very, very large volcano.
Yeah.
You have been around kind of the mountains of Braille before. You were from the cliffs of the Anduin, but given the amount of time you spent around there, you've seen big mountains before, and the mountains of Braille are very large. This is probably the biggest mountain in the entire continent that you know of.
Oh, nice. Can you cast guidance on yourself? I don't remember.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm doing that. Perception. Plus the D4. Boom.
15. Okay, so nothing really stands out to you where you guys are at right now. It's hard to tell if it's active or not. It looks like it is on the map, as you can see, but there's not currently lava, no ash and smoke or spewing out the top of it. It looks dormant currently, at the very least. But as you guys are going east, nothing really happens during your journey. You guys probably pass a couple travelers that are going from Danderfield, presumably towards Hellhall. For whatever their purpose may be, you can stop some of them if you'd like. But if you aren't particularly interested in doing that, we can just go ahead and you guys can take another long rest, and we can kind of keep moving. We can't hear you, Robert, if you're talking.
But yeah, it's because I had some food put in front of me and I didn't feel like you guys. Sorry. Anyways, I would have assumed that since we're faster, we would have like rode up, scouted a little bit, then like waited for them to catch up, then rode up, scouted a little bit, waited for them to catch up. Because it's just.
Yeah, they're super slow back there.
Yeah.
I'll say it. Are people giving them like weird looks since they're riding, undead boars?
They are. It's probably not the weirdest thing some of these people have ever seen, but they're probably. The road itself isn't particularly paved or anything like that. There are probably some spots where there are like stones. For the most part, it's just kind of worn down, hard dirt that you guys are essentially traveling along. It isn't particularly craggy or anything like that. It's not giving you trouble as you walk along. It's a well traveled path going between Hellhall and Danderfield. It's a well traveled trade route. So it's used to traffic. It's used to being trod on. But people are still kind of giving them a bit of a wide berth as they get closer, and they kind of realize they'll smell it as well a bit. You guys are all smelling a bit of decay at this point. Maybe after like 6 to 9 hours or so, you guys are probably at least a little bit used to it, just despite its pungency. But no one seems to be giving you any trouble. They are giving you a bit of a wide berth, but beyond that, not much. Some people you notice gain, I'll give you that 15, I'll just say while you're walking. Some people are giving you, in particular, a bit of weird glances.
Me?
Yeah.
Really? Never seen it work before? Riding on a horse? Is it possible that I see one of these people doing it, like in real time, giving me a weird look?
You can say, yeah. So as you guys are walking, I mean, you guys maybe at this point, you're maybe a little bit ahead of where Gengar and Ruby are. And yeah, you see maybe we'll say a group of people in a cart. You don't know what they're traveling with, you know what they're carrying, but you see like 2 people in the front of the seat, I guess, the driver's seat and the passenger, the shotgun. They are just traveling normally. They see you, and then they do a kind of a pretty like tight S to try to kind of move out of your guys' way, and they're piercing looks. They're not just like inquisitive. They're really looking at you.
Settle down, horse. Settle down. Excuse me, you there.
What?
What? What did you say, man?
Yeah, what?
Any news from Danderfield?
No.
No.
Same as it's always been. So you stop. So they haven't stopped. They're just gonna keep on going. They're not really interested in talking.
They just keep riding by?
Yeah, I mean, they're not fast. I mean, they're just taking a slow pace, kind of what you guys are. But they're just going opposite directions of you, essentially.
Okay, well, I'm going to rein Robert and turn him around and ride alongside of this guy. Now, to be like, sir, I'm just trying to ask if there's anything happening down there. It's really important because we need to know what's happening over there to make sure that it's safe for us.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion check. Kablamo!
You can see him as he's kind of looking, and just see they're both looking forward. They're trying to like avoid you. Like, if they don't acknowledge that you're there, then you're not there. And then the guy that's got the reins, he essentially just kind of takes like a. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It's Danderfield. Nothing happens in Danderfield.
Well, I haven't been to Danderfield in a while. Remind me, what's it even like?
It's a trade city. What do you want me to tell you? It's got horses. It's got stalls. It's got a tavern or two. It's a town. Like, I understand why you wouldn't remember it because there's nothing remarkable about it. But can you just let us be on our way? We don't want any of your trouble. Just let us go.
There's no trouble to be had, sir. I just want to know one more question. Do they have horses and transport for sale there when you left?
Probably. I mean, we have our own. We didn't really investigate it. My guess is yes.
Okay, sir. I'll let you be on your way. You look incredibly busy and annoyed, so...
Good.
If you see a bunch of bodies over there when you guys are going west, it wasn't us.
Oh my god.
He's not even going to respond to that. He's just going to keep on going.
It's weird out that I said us there because, it's just me on a horse. I don't think they Ruby and Logan yet.
I'll give him a minute. Let's roll an inside check to see if you pick that up.
You're good at this.
So it's a good roll. He did. He noticed that you said it, but he still doesn't give a shit. They're just gonna keep on riding.
I'm gonna pat Robert, be like, "This town, they sound like a bunch of assholes. I don't know if we should be going here."
Nod my head.
Are me and Ruby behind?
We'll say either. Yeah, if you guys want to do that thing where a horse Gallus is riding forward, scouting out a bit, and then holding up, and then as you guys can catch up, we consider you guys are doing that. So we'll say if you guys want, you can have been in visual range to see this, or if you want, whatever you're trying to accomplish by whatever you want to say.
So I finally catch up, and I say, "Who were you talking to just now?"
Is that to me or to the guy?
To you.
Some asshole farmer, it looked like, from Danderfield.
What do you want?
What did he want? He didn't want nothing to do with me. He was giving me looks.
You are funny looking.
Wow. You're one to talk there, Gengar.
I never said I looked normal either. Just stating facts.
I'm feeling we're not gonna like this Danderfield place. I say we get in, get our crap, and get out.
Well, I don't want to stay in Danderfield either. It's a shit city. Don't you know anything about Danderfield?
Apparently not. My history is -1, so maybe I don't know shit about it.
You would not know anything about it, especially because you didn't come that way when you came in.
Yeah.
You probably, the first time you heard about it, presumably Gengar maybe in Gallus had, you probably have heard the name before at best. You didn't know anything about it whatsoever.
I imagine we would have stopped though because it would have been a place to sleep that was like not on like.
Yeah, you and Gengar definitely probably stayed the night at one of the two taverns that he mentioned.
I'm hoping I would have performed at one of them.
You probably would have given your
Probably
background.
performed at every single stop we made.
Yeah, just I can get for lodging at minimum.
Yeah. But you guys do know that there is nothing essentially between Hellhall and Danderfield. Like there are small towns that are on, like they're like hamlets and like small little groupings of towns, like maybe a small village that aren't on this map, that are still kind of on the main roads. You probably stopped at a few on the way from Zenitha, but there's nothing in between Hellhall and Danderfield. It is tall grasses on your right, and it is essentially the summit of hills and mountains. on your left. So there's not much going on. So we can honestly say, if you guys want, for expediency's sake, just do maybe 3 or so perception checks and say you guys are staying in the hut every night. Not a lot is going to happen in the hut.
Yeah.
Presuming that you can cast it.
Yep. Hut is a 3rd level spell and polymorph's a 4th. So,
Okay, so you guys can do the hut for pretty much every night if you guys want to do that, which presumably you would instead of wanting to sleep out under the stars. But we'll say just for the sake of it, your 9 hours of travel has come since you traveled this morning. You guys left at about 5 o'clock, so you guys are still probably mid-afternoon when you guys stop after your 9 hours. You can continue going, but you're probably you're risking taking points of exhaustion.
Yeah, after hour 6, the horse will sit down, like about right when the spells end. Be like, all right, that's it. I hope you're no longer feeling nauseous, my friend, because no more horse.
Yeah, I'm feeling better now, right? Those 6 hours you said.
Yeah, so you're fine. I mean, Gengar. I mean, it wasn't really all that effective against you. You did feel a bit in your stomach, maybe a bit in your head, but for the most part, you weren't terribly affected by it. And it was definitely by this point run its course as well for you.
Nice.
Very good.
I'm gonna be like Gallus. You were a great steed back there.
Ooh, I've never turned into a horse before. That was interesting. Sudden cravings for hay. Well, I heard you asking about Danderfield. I'll tell you. They do have this great tavern. I performed there. Was able to grab a couple extra drinks without the house knowing. It's it'll be fine.
So yeah, you would know. I'm assuming you're trying to come up. You would know the name of the place you performed.
Yeah. Yeah, I would let them know. I'd give them all the deets on Dangerfield because I heard them asking about it.
Yeah. So the place that you probably would have performed at, it's a bit more expensive, but that wouldn't really matter to you because your room would have been covered. You would have played at the Earthen Flat.
The Earthen Flat,
which is kind of like it's not terribly. It's kind of like a lower mid-range bar, but they have music, so you took advantage of that and they let you play. They didn't. You remember they didn't seem to have any sort of qualms about half-orcs playing, so you took them up on their offer and let them play. So you and Gengar were able to get a free night there.
Maybe that's why I was giving bad looks, because I'm a dwarf. Didn't you say like dwarfs in Hellhall weren't allowed or something? I remember things now. Maybe it's just this whole Gomorrah.
Yeah, you guys don't really know. You guys didn't really spend enough time around these parts to discern if people are particularly antagonistic towards dwarves or not, or what.
We got the hell out of Hellhall.
Funny.
Maybe tomorrow you could let us know how close we are to Dangerfield with that fancy spell of yours.
So do you guys, after these 9 hours or so, do you guys want to push on, try to get a bit more distance attained during the day?
I'm fine with points of exhaustion if you guys are.
You want to get exhausted?
I mean, it's been 9 hours. We started very early in the morning, right?
Yeah, you guys started about 5 o'clock or so.
Right. So even at like 12 hours, that'd put us at 5 p.m. We could still rest and wake up early in the morning and do it again.
You just want to keep walking?
For like 3 more hours. That'll put us to 5 p.m. We could still rest.
Yeah.
We'll wake up. We'll have plenty of time. We could even have dinner, have a camp, go to bed at like 8, and still have plenty of time to wake up early and do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gengar's riding a boar anyways.
I will say if I could just get a Constitution, it would be a Constitution check. What is this?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, travel.
Just for 3 hours or so, get us to 5 p.m. We still have daylight, I'm guessing. So
Yeah, for sure. And it's like you guys will know that it's about early fall-ish, end of summer, early fall. So it's there's a lot of daylight in the day. So you guys will know that.
yeah, a couple hours. It's only a couple hours, guys. Get use of all our daylight.
So yeah, if I could just get a DC, if I could get a Constitution saving throw from you guys, from each of you.
Oh, it is a save.
Yeah. All right, you guys don't handle it very well, because it was a higher DC because you guys are pushing on a little bit longer. Ruby, you are actually, all three of you, because it's 3 hours. You guys, how are you guys going for 3 hours? That's what you said. So that's what I was going to go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are traveling after 3 hours. You do all suffer a point of exhaustion. I will say just one for this, which means you just have disadvantage on your ability checks.
We'll be fine. We'll still get a full night's rest, guys.
Same.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm exhausted. Have you ever spent 6 hours as a horse? It's really tiring.
and Dana's not light. He has full on. You don't have plate armor. You have like what?
No, I have plate armor.
You have full plate armor.
No,
Gale.
like chainmail or something.
Yeah, you have chainmail. But regardless, that's still. He's not. He's a dwarf, so he's pretty beefy still. He's not light, I will say. So.
Hey, my weight is only 150. That's not too bad.
Plus 55 pounds for your chainmail I see there on your character sheet.
Oh yeah, I got it.
I mean, you're a horse, though. I mean, you still get the horse's strength stats. So
The horse is considered a large beast.
yeah, so you're kind of. I will say that you do get a bit of more of appreciation for what horses go through. But for the most part, you aren't super taxed by him, regardless. I mean, horses carry all sorts of weight.
That's what I'm blaming this terrible save on.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll take it to about 5 o'clock, and the sun is starting to go down in the east. So you guys have been kind of walking into the sun. A small portion of the tail end of your journey, but it's 5 o'clock or so. Do you guys want to what do you guys want to do?
My feet are killing, guys. I think we should set up camp right around here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Probably set up camp, and then when we're ready to go somewhere slightly off the road, and then when we're ready to sleep, just let me know, and I'll put up the tent. But it's only up for 8 hours, so only right when we're about to go to sleep. Shit. And then I'll turn to Gengar and be like, Gengar, how long do you have your little friends? Do they just stay forever?
No, I have to recast the spell every 24 hours, but with that, I could have them forever.
It's
You do know that it's getting somewhat close to that, but we'll say that I don't remember exactly, but you guys went to bed at around 8 or so, I think is when you guys went to bed, 8 or 9 o'clock. So about 8 or so, you would know that's when you need to recast that spell.
Mm-hmm. How fast was my goblin zombie?
Your zombie speed is... That has a speed of 20.
It's not much.
So it was way slower than us.
It was probably, yeah.
I think
Oh,
what I'll
God.
do is I'll just, at some point through the journey, I would have just let it go
Okay.
because it's too slow.
So somewhere within the 50... So somewhere within 50 miles of
Mm-hmm.
where you are in Hell Hall, there's just a dead hobgoblin just by himself. Just...
Yep. Probably terrorizing some travelers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna recast a spell on the 2 boars.
Presumably, those guys that you were talking to, they saw it.
Whatever it is down there, we didn't do it.
You don't know what happened. You don't know particularly if they were equipped to handle it or.
How was it riding? How was it riding a dead thing?
It wasn't too bad.
Dude, no.
I got the hang of it.
As I said, it was quite disappointing that they weren't faster, but I suppose I should have suspected that.
What with the rotting ligaments.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, the smell was not great.
I think they might actually do better if they were skeletons. Although that'd be very hard to sit on.
Very bony.
Yeah. Well, just can't wait to get this cart. I'm so tired of walking and traveling, honestly. All the way from Zenithar to Hellhole and then back to Zenithar again. If I made it clear that this is really annoying.
I knew.
But think of how beautiful the journey is.
Yeah.
This area doesn't look too nice. There is an impending doom in that volcano eventually. There's literally no cities.
It's a piece of shit land, isn't it?
I mean, compare it to the other places on our travels. There's definitely prettier sights out there.
Yes.
Yeah, the West Coast sucks.
You do kind of get the sense that this is kind of the butt end of the continent. There's not a lot here. There's a lot of grass. That's about it. They don't have this. It's not even particularly great land from what you guys can tell. You guys aren't farmers. Ruby, you probably have a better idea of what is good grass, just given where you're from.
Yeah.
But this is really tall, kind of wheatgrass kind of stuff that just doesn't lend itself well to a lot of uses. So you get maybe kind of the idea that these people are like this because of that, maybe. But it's where they live.
Yeah.
If I remember, the ring, the Elder Ring, was found in the desert. The helm was found at the bottom of Lake Sinta, around there. At the bottom of a lake near Sinta. So, do we have a plan after Dangerfield? Do we know where we're going in Braille?
Not particularly. I think we just have to get over there.
I have notes in here, guys, that says there was like an elder civilization. The elder / the Eider civilization. Someone must have rolled really good on history for me to put all these in my notes.
Yes, Logan rolled a natural 20 and got like a 28 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do we have a plan for where we're going after Dangerfield? Or are we just gonna keep doing the follow the path up to where?
Well, we have to go to Braille, right? We just have to hopefully
it's
hear from some
big.
locals in that area. about some possibilities where the sword
I
is.
think Gengar wants to go to like a library in Zenitha to see if he can find any information.
With that 28, you think that's probably the best bet. Your best bet, given
Alright.
the size of Zenith. You know that there's a university there that's
Because I mean, we could grasp at straws like all day in the entire Braille country, but I think the library will direct us in the right way.
Yeah, I just didn't understand if we had a plan of attack here, because like Braille's huge, right?
Mhm.
Like we're still like 2 days in from Hell Hall to Dangerfield, right? So if you look at the total size of Braille, like we can't just be randomly guessing.
Exactly.
Okay, that's all. That's all I wanted to ask. I didn't mean to slow us down. I'm good to tiny hut it up and sleep unless you guys got something else.
Didn't you want to do your little dreamy dream thing?
I would, but I was a horse instead.
Oh,
It's quite sad.
suppose you'll have to wait until we get to Danderfield.
I really want to mess with Don John. Did you know he was a bastard?
No.
I still cannot. I mean, I don't care, but he seemed to. Again, this is all crazy. That Kuba guy is actually named Kuba, and he's a drow. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, he's just been this asshole named Veneth. Or Veneth. Fuck that dude, okay? I don't even care about his name.
That was kind of a surprise to me too. I've heard his songs. Wasn't really into it. But most people were.
Do you know how many times people come up and like, please perform one of his songs? I love Ragnar the Red. Like, fuck off.
Oh, I hate Ragnar the Red.
and it's the canon list.
It's the first thing that pops in my head.
Perfect. I love it.
What's even worse is that god-awful Dragonborn song.
Well, I mean, that's just a song about the Dragonborn race. That's not particularly offensive.
And who the fuck are the Stormcloaks? Sounds fake as fuck to me.
Okay. I gotta pull it back together.
Any music, personally.
You don't know any music personally?
No, I just dislike it very much. All music.
I see.
Maybe it's because you haven't heard the wonderful notes of a bagpipe.
No. I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I've definitely heard a bagpipe before, and let me tell you, it's on the far end of the bad end of the spectrum when it comes to instruments.
You must have had a terrible player. They must have been shite.
Maybe if you're as good as being a horse as you are at the bagpipes, maybe there's hope.
There was an underground music scene in Zenith that I was really getting into. Black Parade.
Ailstorm.
Of course.
Some smells like Teen Spirit.
Oh no, not that. That's a bit too, I don't know, popular. It's alright.
Have a good time over there, Matt?
Oh, just great.
You're not really writing all those songs down, are you?
Just destroying
They're
the
on
world.
the
that
notepad.
We spend so much time, and then we just come in and destroy so much and so fast.
So, are we
What
just
kind
kind
of
of
music
are we just kind of chilling? Should I like make some food for us?
That might be nice.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys definitely are equipped with food rations of some sort. But obviously, you're more than welcome to use your spells if you'd like to, Dane.
What kind of music are you interested in, Ruby?
I didn't listen to much music where I'm from, so I guess I'm kind of new to the music scene as well. I guess we'll figure it out when we get there.
Pardon my ignorance, but I always thought that halflings were a lively bunch.
Yeah, I always thought halflings got down.
Oh, did they? Oh, well, never mind then.
It could be.
I guess
I mean, the Grassy Hills is a large area. You could say in your part of the town.
I'm the last one to judge because, you know, I'm a gnome and gnomes are supposed to be even more chipper than halflings, and look at me. So it's alright if you don't, I was just wondering.
Well, like I said, I was very sheltered as a child, so I didn't get out much.
Oh,
Well, I can play you a song if you would like. I think I found a link of what I would play for you guys.
Let's hear
I've
it.
already sent this to Matt.
oh, some music?
I already sent this to Matt before.
Wait, did you create this?
No, I absolutely did not create this. I found this. I was like, this is amazing.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Christ almighty.
It actually fits too. Wow.
Playing that right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'll start playing this for you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover my ears and literally just walk away from the camp.
Do I have any
So-
spells to add any effects onto this?
My question for you then, Gallus, is: can you explain how you know this tune? Is it a well-known tune in this universe? The Star Wars theme? Is it something you created? Is this an original composition by your own hand?
Yeah, I'll put this as an OG composition that I'm working on. So it's like a rough draft that I'm preparing to play at bars. I only do like Main Street stuff there, but this is I'm working on. This is a first time anyone's heard it other than me, my family.
Can you roll me a performance check?
Got to figure out how. There's a lot of like background stuff in there that I don't know how I would fix, but get the.
Can you do me a performance check, Gallus? See how well you do.
Yeah.
Is it performing this for our group?
Yeah. Here's my performance check. 22.
Yeah, you aren't phased by playing this in front of strangers at all. I mean, you played music in front of strangers before, and it's a well-practiced composition. You've worked on the song many times, so you have there's no flaws in it, essentially. It's very well played.
I would disagree. There's many flaws.
That was actually quite beautiful. I don't really get down with the bagpipes much, but that song worked with it. Well done.
I'm going to start cheering and clapping and saying that was beautiful. And one tear will go down my cheek. It was so beautiful.
Thank you. Maybe I can bring that out at Danderfield if we spend the night.
If it
Think it'd
means
go
a
over
free
well.
Bed. Yeah, if it means a free bed, I'm in.
Oh,
I'm gonna shout. Is it over yet?
What is that guy's issue?
I don't know.
Might need to get his ears checked by a doctor or something.
It might be something deeper, something psychological.
Well,
He's lying to himself, you know? That was a beautiful song, and he's just telling himself over and over again, you know, that's why I can't stand the living, you know? They have all these problems inside of themselves.
You guys heard the 22. Dane heard the natural one.
Without a doubt. Maybe if you roll a 30 next time, it might change. It might sway me.
It's possible.
Yeah, he's got plus 11.
Yeah.
Very high DC check for Dane over here.
Yeah. At disadvantage.
So yeah, if there's anything else you guys like to do, you guys can take a full rest, and then.
Well, like I said, I want to make some food. I have some cooking
Okay.
utensils, and I have brewer supplies too. Can I make us some like alcoholic beverages?
You can try. Go ahead
I'll
and roll me that with your proficiency, and we'll say brewer's tools. What on earth?
My brewer
Doesn't
supply.
brewing take like a couple?
It's going to take you a while to at least. I mean, you can get the process started. You're not just going to have alcohol at you ready, unless you have alcohol with you that you can.
No, I don't think I do.
You could
Damn, I
get
should've
everything
done
done in a day except the fermenting. The fermenting is what takes forever.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and start rolling. And you can do. I'll give you. I'd say roll just a regular D20 with your proficiency bonus. You're proficient with them as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess either wisdom. It'd probably be wisdom. It's not really dexterity involved. It's not. You need a deft hand for this. It's just whether or not you know what you're doing. So.
Yeah.
So you said D20 plus my proficiency. That's it.
Plus your
Your
wisdom. I'll say
Plus my
wisdom.
wisdom. So it'd be another plus 4. So boom.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten the process started. It seems like you're well on your way. You didn't come in any problems while you were crafting. You know that it's not going to be ready now. It's going to take a little while, but you have begun the process to make your own brew that you guys can drink, presumably down the road.
And I make us some food too. I don't know what. Probably whatever we have in our bags.
Okay. You gotta get a full dinner.
I'm going to tend to my boars, cast another spell on them.
Okay. And where are you guys? Oh, sorry. Go for it.
I think I want to go foraging for some berries or something like that, so we have a snack for tomorrow while we're traveling.
I will tell you, since I guess I'll tie this into where you guys are going to be staying. So I will tell you that you guys have got about 50 or so. Well, I'll say about 55 miles today. So you guys are probably about here.
Oh Jesus!
Right above the A or so on the road. So you are kind of. It's still a bit hilly on the north side of the road, but it is a bit forested. There are clumps and groves of trees here where there weren't when you guys originally left. And
we're here. Oh, we're here.
Yeah, we're on the road on that dot right above the A, pretty much.
A long way to go.
Or so. So on the south is still 2-3 foot tall high grasses that are just swaying in the wind as you guys are as you walk, as you guys are staying there. So where do you guys want to set up camp? Where do you guys want to set a tent up, essentially, or the hut?
We want it to be off the road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it pretty much? Are you going to do it in the wooded area or the grassy area?
I think we want to go wooded, right?
I would say wooded.
Yeah. It's going to look like a big rock anyways, right?
Yeah, I can make it look like I can make it look gray, right?
It's any like opaque color, essentially, so you can make it whatever you want.
It would look like a weird rock, but it would look like a big rock.
I think it's less chance of it being seen in the woods compared to just out in the middle of a field or something.
And my boars can double as bodyguards in case there's some weird creatures lurking about in the woods.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and I guess if you want to start doing your spell, if you think you're ready, Gallus, if you want to go ahead and
I cannot cast my spell. I do not have the spell slot for it.
Is it not level 3, like you said?
Oh, the tiny hut. Yeah, I can cast tiny hut. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah. That's what I'm
I don't really know. Yeah. So if you're gonna go ahead and forage for me, Ruby, if you want to go ahead and give me a survival check for me, please.
All right.
This is +4 again because you're in forest. We'll call this forest. If it even forest or grassland, you've covered basically this entire continent in your favorite terrain.
Yep.
So with a 12, it takes you a little while to find anything particularly useful. You don't find much though. Maybe a few. What would be applicable in this part of the world? Probably some blackberries, maybe some blueberries. But again, not much of it. It does take you a little while, but you are able to find stuff.
Awesome.
Does anybody else want to do anything before you guys take a rest?
I have to stay in the hut, so I'm all set.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
You good?
I'd sleep.
What'd you find, Lauren?
I found some blackberries and what was the other thing?
Blueberries.
Blueberries.
Nice.
Is there anything you want to do? What?
I was gonna say, I wish you got those before I started cooking. The blueberries would have went nice with my stew that I made for dinner.
Blueberries in your stew?
Yeah, don't question me.
Blackberries.
I am.
Well, it could be a dwarf thing. Is it a dwarf thing?
Maybe. That's how my mom used to always make it.
We'll say it's a dwarf thing.
I'll hand you some blueberries so you can have them as a little dessert. I'll hand you 2 blueberries.
I'm very visibly excited, and I eat them. Nom, nom, nom.
Is there anything you want to do before you go to bed, Gengar? Besides cast your spell?
I casted my spell. Yeah, I don't think I have sending. I don't want to talk to anybody. You do. I don't want to talk to anybody. It's fine. Oh wait, I do have seeming. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, I'm just gonna read seeming.
So it sounds like you guys are all going to bed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, within the safety of your gray bubble, within the forest, just north of the road between Hull and Danderfield, nothing happens. You guys get a nice 8-hour long rest. You guys probably went to bed around, you said maybe around 8 or 9 or so. So again, you wake up pretty early in the morning, 5 o'clock or so. Just as the sun's about to rise, you get that kind of orange glint in the west. The sun behind you. As you guys wake up, is there anything else you guys want to do before you hit the road again?
DM.
That's me.
If I turn into an elephant, could I carry everyone?
That's a wonderful question.
Well, before we do that, how fast is the elephant? Is it pretty quick?
It's not. It's faster than the dogs, which are only 25 feet. It's at least 40 feet.
Oh, yeah.
My only question to you is if you would have seen an elephant.
There's no way I've seen an elephant.
I would say probably not.
There's no way. Okay, that's fair. I was going to say, there's no way I've seen an elephant. Yep,
Wait,
but I have seen a horse.
Isn't that a druid thing, or does polymorph require you to have seen the creature before?
Yeah, polymorph I don't think has it. That's the druid thing.
But how would I know?
Yeah, I'm saying how would he know it exists?
Oh, I got.
Yeah, but
we
I
all
wouldn't
know
know
what elephants are before we go to a zoo because we've seen it on like biology books or something. Maybe he's seen it in a book.
Probably not big
about
into
it?
written history. Not big
Yeah,
into more of an oral history.
All right, I tried to help you.
I know. An elephant, we could have carried everyone, but a horse I can just carry.
I will tell you, given that you are from the northern parts of Braille, you would probably have seen a mammoth at some point.
A mammoth? Might be able to carry.
So I
you
could,
guys.
I would tell you could turn into Mammoth. As long polymorph, does polymorph have a size restriction?
It does have restriction on the level.
Okay.
Which I'll
Yeah,
go
that's
up
just
and read.
That's a challenge rating of 6, so you'll be fine. So, as far as I know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a.
Equal to or less than the targets. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you could become a Mammoth if you'd like.
Yep, I could
And I'd say with the huge rating, yes, you could
carry all of you.
carry everybody.
You would be tough for you guys. They're not natural beasts to be ridden, but you know.
I would say it would probably be tough to get if you wanted to try to get the boars on you, it would be tough to keep the boars on your back. But it's a grapple whether you want to try or just cut them loose like you did the hobgoblins.
Well, let's see if we can all get on them first.
Well, I'll go to. You did, myself. I'll turn to Dane and be like, "All right, Dane, I've slept on it. Horses are cool. I might have something a tad bit better."
I'm listening.
All right. Tell me if you think. I think we can get everyone except maybe the boars.
What?
It might expedite us just a tad bit on our travels.
Well, I suppose if it's in the sake for traveling.
Yeah, I'm all ears. What's your idea?
I'm sure. I've seen these creatures. They're massive. They're like huge sized. And I'll describe a mammoth to them. And I think it'd be large enough to carry all of you.
Oh, a mammoth, yeah.
I'll go ahead.
That could work, yeah.
Use my first 4th level. Turn into a mammoth.
Okay, so you polymorph into a mammoth, which is a huge beast. So that's what 15 by 15, I think, is usually the typical size for a huge beast.
Yep. It goes. Yep.
How is everyone getting on the back of this?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh.
How tall are the boars?
The boars, I believe, are medium size. So those are about 5 by 5, typical small, like pig size.
I'll go to lay down.
Do mammoths have trunks?
I don't know.
It's a woolly elephant, essentially. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Could I climb up the trunk?
You can certainly try. So if you'd like to try, you can go for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay, give me
high risk, high reward.
Give me an athletics. I just said.
Acrobatic.
Give me an acrobatics or athletics check, whatever you prefer. And since you are doing it with Gallus' assistance, are you going to help her?
I will be as helpful as I can. I'm laying down and trying to not
move too much.
Yeah.
I will give you advantage on this, so you can do acrobatics or athletics, whichever one you feel most comfortable. Yeah, so you don't have much of a problem getting up. You are small, very small, actually, and so you're able to get a pretty good grasp around the trunk, and you don't weigh a whole lot, so it's not difficult for Dane or Gallus to essentially just kind of wrap you up to the top of his head, and you're able to crawl down to the back.
Awesome.
All right, my turn.
All right, same deal.
Roll athletics.
Or acrobatics.
Guidance.
Oh, thanks. Oh,
Didn't need it. So yeah, same thing. You're also pretty small. I mean, you're not as small. You're not as light, probably as you're probably actually lighter given the armor that Ruby's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing. He's able to get you pretty up there, pretty simply.
Here's the real challenge.
Okay, now it's my turn to get on up there.
If you'd like to.
gonna cast guidance on myself. And then... Oh, they both suck. Let's try athletics. Oh god, here we go.
Oh god. Get the D4. 9.
So
Oh man.
you see the way you've seen Gengar go up and you saw Ruby go up, you think, okay, that's probably a pretty good way to try doing this. But the way that the armor kind of weighs you down, and trunks, I mean, they're pretty capable with what a mammoth or an elephant trunk can do, but it's not particularly adept at holding up 200 pounds of dwarf armor. So as he tries to kind of lift you up, he isn't quite able to lift all the way up to his head. So the farthest he can kind of go is to one of the tusks. So I'm going to have you give me a dexterity check to see if you can grab the tusk.
Just
You
a
got
straight
this.
dexterity.
Just straight dexterity, yeah. Okay, I will say that you are able to just barely grasp it. So you have your hand, you are grabbing onto the tusk there, and you're kind of dangling from the tusk.
You guys got anything to help him? I can't cast spells. I'm.
I think I can do something.
Look into it.
I don't know.
You have a rope?
So I have enlarge and reduce,
Do you
which
have a
can
rope?
we can make him large so that he can just kind of like saddle the mammoth, basically.
I won't be
like
able
a
to carry
horse.
all of these then.
But
I hope-
once he's large, I could make him small again, and he'd be his normal size.
You just don't have a rope?
Rope. But I like to do magic.
I would say with your intelligence too, you would know, given who's on the back of this, the two of you are not going to be able to pull up Dane in all his glory.
Can I use my trunk to try to push him up?
I would say, because he's kind of dangling now, you are able to probably get your trunk up underneath his feet. Give me a...
It's a +7 strength.
All right, give me a strength check then.
Okay, it's just a D20 +7.
Just a straight strength check, please.
Because I'm a mammoth. That's a natural 1. I threw
so-
him on the...
Yeah, you weren't able to help really.
Fuck!
Right.
The way the tusk is, you can kind of, the way he's hanging off, you can't really get a good look at where he is. So you're just kind of flailing, and you do thwack him a bit. So I'm going to have Dan, can you give me 1d4 of damage, please?
Oh my
As he
god.
bonks your foot.
I'm gonna... Gengar's gonna laugh, kind of. I don't know how he would laugh. He'd just go... And then he casts Enlarge Reduce. So
Okay.
he's gonna make him small, so that he's our size now.
Okay, I will say before you have a chance to do that, because of the way he got thwacked, give me a dex saving throw to see if you are holding on to the tusk. Dan, yeah.
Oh god.
God damn it.
So I will say that your fingers do start to slip a bit. You don't fall off yet, but all of a sudden you were reduced to half. What is reduced?
Yeah, so it turns like medium creatures into small ones.
Yeah, so you're essentially like 2 feet tall, because it says it's your size is halved in all dimensions. So you're, but you are a lot less weighty. You're an eighth as heavy, so you're about 25 pounds or so, and about 2 feet, but 2 feet tall. So you're not you're pretty small as you kind of fall to the ground. Because of how low the mammoth's tusks are, it's not you don't take any damage from the fall, but you are back to square one on the ground as a 2 foot person.
He's only 20 pounds, though. I feel like I could just be like, boop.
If that's what you would like to do, then you can do that.
Yeah, I'm just going to pick him up. I'll wrap my trunk around him and throw him, or not throw, but lift him up.
I will say that you can absolutely do that. There's no problem at all. So a 2 foot tall Dane is now on the back of the woolly mammoth with Gallus and Gengar and Ruby.
All right, I'm just going to be charging down the road.
Oh!
Not wait a minute. Just charge.
All right, animal handling check, everybody.
Oh no.
Goodbye, boys.
Don't even give me a fucking second. Am I still small?
Yep, you're still small.
You're small for like a minute.
Ah, yeah, Ruby's fine. We'll be fine, guys. This plan backfired in every way possible.
Rolls. I'm plus fucking 8. Are you kidding me?
Oh, god damn it! It just got worse!
So yeah, so Gengar, you weren't quite prepared. You were kind of caught up in the laughter of laughing at Dane. So you start. I mean, there's not a lot to grab onto. You can grab onto hair essentially, and that's about it. But this jolt that he kind of does, you start kind of you start shooting back. You're not falling off the woolly mammoth perhaps yet, but you are jerked backwards. Dane, you are as well, perhaps not as. Although you are quite light, so you're kind of a feather. You get launched back as well, but you are going backwards. So I want to have you guys give me. I'll say another dexterity check. I'll say dexterity saving throw to see if you can grab on some hair, or whatever you'd like to grab onto.
Jesus, guys, this backfired. We could have just done the horses, and we would have been fine. This backfired so fast.
That's so much more interesting, though. So so Dane, you're flying backwards. You're kind of flailing, but you're able to grab on some hair because your hands are quite small, so it's pretty easy to grab onto like some tufts. But Gengar, things are working out for you as well as you might have hoped, as you are sent tumbling backwards. So I'm going to have you do another dexterity save as you're kind of coming off the back of this to see if you can grab the tail of Gallus as you're coming backwards.
There we go.
You're able to you're last-ditch effort. It's kind of slow-mo. You can see your hand come towards the tail. You're able to grasp the very, very end of it, and now you're just like, as he's coming, you're just holding onto a tail that's coming like this. That's basically Toy Story. You're hanging onto a truck. You're hanging on. Robert, give me a perception check to see if you even. I'm assuming you would notice this, but give me a perception
my
check.
intelligence is really dumb, guys. When I'm a mammoth,
Okay.
I have a 3 intelligence.
So yeah, give me a perception check to see if you're.
That's just a straight roll because wisdom is 0. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Ruby, you would see. You're right next to this. You saw them all go backwards as you were able to grab on.
1d20. Nah, it's fine. You guys are fine.
You feel something tug at your tail. You're not particularly certain what it is. You're double dashing straight forward, straight down the road to Danderfield.
I'll slow down to just like a regular speed, but I'm not stopping. I don't see it. I don't know.
Yeah. So you guys are all on various parts of Gallus's body right now. What are you guys trying to do?
I'm gonna try to climb my way up the tail.
Okay. I would say give me an athletics check as you're trying to pull yourself up.
Oh, great.
Nat 20. Come on, you got it. Hey,
That's a pretty good roll. You're pretty committed to getting. I mean, you don't want to deal with this right now, so you're just putting pretty much everything you have into pulling yourself up. And you're able. It takes you a little bit of while because it's a bit treacherous. So you're kind of taking it a little bit slow, but you're not going to give up, and you essentially get to the top of essentially the small of his kind of back near the butt area. You're able to climb up and grab onto some hair and
Boom, boom.
get a safer spot on the woolly mammoth's back. And like he slowed down, so it's a bit safer as well. So wasn't quite as careless as it perhaps could have been.
Did you guys bloody see that? I almost fell off the bloody mammoth.
Jesus Christ, this was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
I don't know why you guys are having so much trouble. I was fine.
Is Jesus Christ canon now?
Jesus Christ is canon in every D&D campaign. It's completely unavoidable. I will come up with an in-universe reason why Jesus Christ is an acceptable exclamation.
Okay. Alright.
Bloody hell, mate.
That's pretty embarrassing for, I would say, at least me and you, Gengar.
It was pretty hard. Well, we're on, and looks like we're going at top-notch speed, so...
I would say while this is going on, because he is still small, Dane's voice is like kind of heliumized. So it's a bit, it's really reedy and high pitched compared to his normal voice. Pretty much.
Oh, alright, I'll make you big again. Hang on to something.
Doesn't it
And
just take a minute?
Break my concentration.
Okay, that just ends the spell and he just goes back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you revert back to your normal size. You feel something a bit slightly heavier on your back, Gallus, but you're a woolly mammoth. It's not phasing you.
I mean, we've upped our movement for 6 hours from 25 feet to 40.
Yeah, that's
Right.
pretty good.
All right, that's not quite doubling it, but it's almost.
Yeah, given that fact, I probably had you guys go a bit farther than you should have on that first one, but that's fine. I will say that
I will use all of my spells, but let me know if something happens in between. I have 3 fourths, 2 fifths, and a 6.
Okay.
so if are you just heading straight down the road essentially, just on the path?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way I know how to go. I'm just this way.
Yeah.
So there's a woolly man marching down the road to Danderfield. Well, don't you do you not retain your mental capacity?
Nope, that's druids. Druids,
Okay,
wild
very
shape.
interesting. Excellent.
A polymorph, you get the intelligence of whatever you shifted into.
No way.
Yeah.
So you've got a dumbass woolly mammoth in charge of where you guys are going right now.
I'm assuming one of us is like kind of taking the reins on it.
You can talk to him. You can like you're able to like listen, right? I mean, you're able to. People can talk to you, and you can identify what people are saying. So
yeah, I can still hear you guys, but I don't think I can communicate back.
I would say probably not, unless you want to take a deeper look at polymorph.
No, I know it doesn't. I know you can't communicate back.
So yeah, whoever wants to take a lookout, you guys, I'll just have you guys do one lookout for anything going on as you're traveling to Danderfield.
Ruby, do you want to take the reins, Ruby, since you're the only one that didn't embarrass yourself getting up on top of this thing?
Sure, I can do that.
That's good. I'm going to stay here in the back and try to stay out of sight, since apparently dwarfs aren't welcome in this land.
So yeah, who wants to take a check? I'll do the same thing before. Advantage if someone wants to do it together. I will say, despite the fact that you have typically your +4 bonus, Ruby, I will say that you aren't at a disadvantage while also steering to take a look. So you would just have a regular straight roll as opposed to gaining or losing any benefits.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What the hell happened to my character sheet? It's all messed up.
Uh-oh.
My intelligence should be 20.
Nah, 3.
What the hell happened to it?
Oh, that's probably a holdover from when I accidentally brought over the skeleton. I don't know why it would have.
Okay.
That shouldn't have changed anything, though.
Yeah, and I shouldn't. What the hell?
I bet that's exactly what it is. Probably has a skeleton stats for you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
Oh fuck! Oh, I don't remember everything
remember.
that was exact. So. Oh no. Well, I know my charisma wasn't that bad. It was probably just 8.
Yeah.
And then my wisdom had to be higher. My constitution was much lower.
There's a way to check for this, actually.
I couldn't find a way to go back.
You can load up all of the view chat entries, and looking at your rolls, we should be able to tell what they were.
My roll history.
Oh, go to the very start of the chat, essentially.
Yeah. My investigations. Well, I know that I have maxed out intelligence.
And I want to say you had very high wisdom as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay, so for your perception, it was a +1.
Okay. +1 perception.
I see a +1 on your perception.
Okay, so maybe 12 then? Yeah.
Your history was a +9, so that's
Yeah.
5 + 4.
Yeah.
Your medicine's a +1, that's still wisdom. Your investigation, that's your deception. Your charisma was -1.
Yep, that makes sense. And then
which stat am I missing? Religion? No, is that intelligence again? Yep.
Your initiative is 2, so that's Dex, right? Your Dex is 2.
Yep, that'll do it. I think that's all the stats.
Yeah,
right? Oh,
yep.
Strength. We just and I'm never gonna find a strength check from you, am I?
Probably not, except just now.
But that wouldn't have been right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it might.
We can figure out what would have been
automatically right. I don't know. I had an 8, so I did a standard array. So I had 8, 10.
You need a 13 in there somewhere.
12, 13, or is it?
It's 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, right?
Yeah. And then
So that intelligence might have been your 15, and then your constitution might have been your 13.
I gave you Constitution 13?
Well, I mean, at this point, with your added, you either had 3 ability score improvements or 2 ability score improvements, right?
Yes.
So that would be +4 at some point. I think you'd have +6 total points. So I think.
Okay, it's +6 then.
I think this is about right. Let me look at what other people have.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at mine.
Yeah, I think these numbers are right.
Okay. Yeah, I was able to get most of them through your rolls already, so the only one we're missing is your strength. So
I thought when I had undone.
What was my Constitution again, Robert?
Oh, I just got rid of it all.
Was it a +1?
Hold up.
I could probably find it wherever your hit dice were.
Logan. Religion. Constitution save was a +2. And you're not proficient in Constitution, are you?
It's 2. No.
So it's a 2.
Okay, so
it's at least a 14. It's a 14 or 15.
I'm just gonna give it a 14.
That's fine. I thought I had undone everything when I undid. That's my bad. I'm very sorry.
15. Okay. Well, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna call it there.
So whoever wants to go ahead and do perception checks, either aiding or 2 separate ones.
Yeah, I'll aid Ruby.
Okay, so yeah, you'll have advantage on this, just regular advantage. Jesus Christ. So what's that?
Nothing. I had to just scroll down.
Okay. So you guys are just going along. As with the last journey, this is still a very well-traveled road. And you are still a 15-foot tall mammoth walking down a well-traveled highway, essentially. And mammoths are not, as far as any of you guys know, particularly indigenous to this part of the world. So this is particularly unusual for a lot of people, you can tell, as they are walking by you guys. Again, steering clear of you guys for different reasons this time. They're giving you... they don't know... I mean, they see these 3 small figures on top riding this thing. but they are still pretty wary about what's going on. Some people have never seen something like this before. So you see some bug-eyed looks, you see some wide-eyed looks, you see some truly frightened looks. But for the most part, nobody bothers you. Nobody tries to talk to you.
That's good.
But we'll say, so you get 6 hours of this, Robert?
Yeah, I get 6 if I use everything. I was just waiting to use the spell slots in case you told me something happened.
Okay, yeah, I'll say at about noon. Well, no, I'll say about... You guys started at 8, so towards the tail end of while you're polymorphed. Off in the south, Ruby, while you're... There's not much steering you have to do, because it's Robert, essentially.
Yeah.
Gallus. You will see, though, off to the south, what looks like a couple trees. Nothing very large at all. I mean, maybe like 2 or 3 oak or elm tree or something. And you see what looks like maybe a small hut with some fire kind of trailing up into the sky and dispersing amongst the sky. Doesn't stand out to you at all. It doesn't seem particularly sketchy or hostile, this fire, but you do notice it is something different. You notice amongst the sea of grasses to your south.
I'm gonna tell the group, point over to where the hut is, and say, "Hey, looks like there's a little camp set up over there. Just something different that I noticed."
I'm gonna take a look over there and be like, "It's kind of out of the way. Do we even need to go look at it? I mean, kind of just going to Danderfield, right?"
Yeah, I think so. Just take it as a warning that there's people over there.
Noted.
Shit, we might just got their attention with that.
Oh, yeah, you didn't think they had your attention beforehand with this thing? No, it's at the end of my spell, so I'm going to assume as soon as we get anywhere, my spell's going to end, and I'll have to let you guys down.
They're pretty, it's a pretty far off building, or like kind of hut or something like that, but despite Gallus's loud, what do you even call that when? Trumpeting, yes. It's a particularly loud trumpet. I mean, but you don't see any activity, Ruby, coming out of the hut in response or anything like that.
Looks like they didn't hear anything.
Well, that's good. So are we walking the rest of the way?
So yeah, after about 6 hours, nothing happens. Nothing particularly noteworthy occurs while you're in your
I'll let them down. I'll let them down beforehand so that they don't just fall from 15 feet in the air.
Appreciate it.
That's nice.
I won't make you guys roll for this. Who knows what could happen?
Really?
So yeah, 6 hours are up. Your polymorph comes to an end.
Pretty much all they got. But I'm hoping that we made good ground.
You guys definitely made some good ground. You've traveled for 6 hours. You guys can still probably get to about 50 miles traveled with your regular 8 hours of travel. So you'll get to about the first E of I of Sargonis. You'll get to there with just a regular 8 hours. But again, you guys can push forward. It'll be still about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No. Yeah, 8 hours would be about from when you guys started really early, about 5 o'clock. So it would be about 2 or 3 still. If you guys want to push to your 8 hours, nothing happens. But if it's 2 o'clock, sun's still high in the sky, not particularly bearing down on you. This cloud is not particularly warm, or over warm rather. Do you guys want to keep pushing forward? Do you guys just want to?
Yeah. I think we should keep walking.
I mean, I'm assuming
we did yesterday.
I'm assuming we should be fine, right? Like none of us were walking. So keep going.
Yeah, let's continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say just give me a Constitution saving throw. It's going to be a really low DC check for this.
Oh wait, saving throw or
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm so tired.
You guys are still fine. Nothing. It's like you said. You were on the back of a woolly mammoth that was doing most of the work, and Galaxy, again, you do feel like the pack horse. You're doing a lot of the work here, but your physical capacity doesn't seem to be affected too much by that. So how much further are you guys going to? How many more hours of travel are you guys going to try to obtain?
probably till dark.
Yeah, probably. We
Probably
probably
till
want to wait
sunset.
like 30 minutes till dark so we can find a good campsite and set it up, right?
So
Yeah.
okay, so probably be about another 6 hours or so. You guys want to travel?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say that you guys get to about the O in of. That's where you guys are able to get to.
That's something.
It's a fair bit amount of ground traveled, considering actually. So it's not bad. You are making a pretty good time considering. I mean, you are using a lot of your spells, Gallus.
Yeah, it's
There's not a lot going on on the road right now. So
I'll go to Gengar and be like, I'm sorry about your hounds.
Yeah, well, I decided I'm gonna try to keep them following me and see where they end up. They probably might not make it back in time, but if on the off chance they do arrive here before 8 o'clock, could probably try to save them.
It was quite the experiment getting everyone on the Mammoth. Seemed
That
to be
worked
a
out
lot
really
safer.
well. Yeah.
I will appreciate it though when we have horses, so we don't have to do this.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
Has anyone figured out how much a horse costs? Do we even have enough for a horse or a cart?
I have 722 gold pieces, so I think that should be enough.
Probably do.
Whoa! It's a lot of coinage, mister.
Don't we all have around that amount?
Oh yeah, I got a good amount. I got a good amount too. I just realized. Yeah.
It's special, so.
I think I'm the poorest one here.
Why do you think that is, Garrett or Gengar?
Because you're all saying that you have somewhere around 700 gold pieces.
I don't have 700 gold pieces.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have
How much do you
250.
Wait, what? How much do you have?
I have 250.
Oh, okay, alright.
I have 300.
How the fuck did I get so much?
Alright.
Something happened?
Your diet is
I think
just
he's
rich.
rolled really well.
Well, it looks like Justin's buying the horses then.
Oh,
Although I am still the poorest one in the group.
I have 6 silver, I mean.
It's such a pity.
Then may buy you a horseshoe.
I've got a little under 200 gold pieces. I had to leave in a hurry, so... Also, I didn't have a great living in Zenitha, so...
So are we like camping for the night now? Are we getting ready for that?
That's what you want to do.
Yes, we need
There's
to...
one thing I want to do before I go to bed, and I feel like I did it last time.
I know. I'm prepared for it. Just do the dang roll.
What are you talking about?
I know what you're gonna do. I'm not dumb. I was fully expecting you to do it on the first one. So
I'm gonna try to talk to my god and have him come to us for great need. And I'm gonna ask my god for the fastest transportation possible for all of me and my group members. I want to make sure I cover all bases here.
Okay, so Repeat that.
So I want fast transportation, preferably maybe flying if possible, for me and my group members to go to Zenitha, basically.
All right.
Instead of going to Danderfield and just
Hey,
all
who
the
knows?
way
Maybe we can
across
get
the
some like
country.
fucking griffins or something. I don't
Ask
know.
big. So you got to roll what, a 13?
No, I need to roll
D-
D100, and I need to roll 11 or lower for it to work.
11. Okay, so 10%, 11%.
Please, Mrs. God Lady. What happened? Kablamo! Aw. Well, I tried, guys.
You, just as in near the stables of Hellhall, you reach out to Mishakal. You hear no response.
If the gods really cared about us, they would do more for us. Either they don't care or they can't help us.
Don't talk ill about Mishakal. She is a very benevolent god.
I don't know too much about Mishkal or any specific god, but I've seen a lot of damage done due to those following certain religions.
Yeah, that's because they're misguided and they don't follow the true god. Mishakal brings life and prosperity to all.
Whatever floats your boat.
What it sounds to me is that you're asking a lot of this god. There's
She doesn't respond very often.
well, yeah, because you ask for the sky, you need to you either need to win her favor in order to get such gifts, or you need to turn it down with the asking.
Hey, I took a day off, didn't I?
You did take a day off, yeah.
Does your god have I need is not. Does your god have a sort of mission for you, or a quest? Or perhaps do you need to sacrifice some lambs, or what?
She doesn't
What makes
particularly have a quest for me. I particularly have a quest for myself, I would say.
Hmm. Yeah, so I've never really spent much time with gods, so I don't know their nature, but I do know they exist, and they have some sort of effect on the world. And from what I've read, gods are rather selfish, even if they are benevolent. Kind of a paradox of existence. They may be benevolent, but they always want something in return.
Mishkal
Perhaps you
wants nothing but the best for me, and I would say she believes that most of us mortals are. I don't want to say wicked, maybe wicked, and she has shown me this multiple times. So I'm trying to go around. What's the name of this planet? Or Lethania? How do you say it, Matt?
Leithna.
Lethna, and purge evil from it with her guidance.
Can I insight check that?
Absolutely, if you'd like to.
Ah,
What does he get when he insights you, Dane?
Are you being genuine?
I'm being very genuine.
You poor bastard. Well, alright then. I'll press no further. I suppose it was worth a shot. Just keep trying. You'll get it eventually. You'll get your flying cart in the sky one day.
She's responded before, you know.
And if Justin insight check that, I would have been very ingenuous.
Well, I'm ready for bed.
Yes.
Does anyone have any messages they would like to send? Oh wait, I can't do it for you.
No.
That would be
Oh.
okay.
I'd like to hear that, what would you call it? The Star Wars theme? Once
We
again?
need a new name. We need to come up with some kind of name for that. Not the Star Wars song.
Let me find it again. See if I can find a good comment in the section.
The Skywalker tune.
I'll call it the. What's a good name? I'm really working on a name. If you could come up with something, I spent a lot of time on the notes, but haven't been able to come up with a good title.
How about Hidden Doors Jungle Boogie?
Jungle Buggy. How
about Orcs Call to Adventure?
That might be. Ooh.
Robert, I think your camera stopped working, by the way.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh no! Hello? I can refresh Roll20. Be right back. Oh, you guys will still be able to hear me.
Yeah.
Really working on a name. Maybe like, I don't know, just thinking of something. The Jedi Piper. Is what's the fucking thing is called? It's called the Jedi Piper.
Oh, I thought that's what you were calling it. I'm like, how can I
No,
fucking word
no,
Jedi in here?
No. That's
Oh my
just
lord.
what it is on YouTube. Just throw it out the no.
Oh
That's
my
just what it
lord.
is. That's how
All
I'm
the
supposed to
naming
find
conventions
it.
out the window. They don't matter anymore.
No. I'm working on a name. Thinking like Attack of the Orcs or something. I don't know. It's a work in progress. If you come up with something, let me know. Hey, did my camera work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to refresh. Nothing crazy.
Well,
I like that. I'll crowdsource my title. What was that? While we were running, you guys were talking about something. It was really hard to hear with the wind, going right by my ears.
there was an establishment nearby, like a tiny hut. With
Not Liam's tiny hut.
Not that one. Smoke coming out of it, looked inhabited.
I'm sure that won't bite us in the arse or anything like that. Or Matt prepared something really, really complicated, and we're just like, nah, fuck off.
I can take watch for the first. Excuse me. Oh. I can take watch for the first couple of hours before I hit snooze.
All right. I'll set up the dome.
Alright.
Yeah, we don't have watchers anymore, so the dome's going to be out for the last 2 hours, but I can watch for the last 2. The dome's only 8 hours, so if we're having watches, it won't cover the whole thing.
Okay. So if there's nothing else you guys want to do, if you want to go ahead and give me a perception roll. Do you have dark vision, Gengar?
I don't think so.
I thought you did because you're a rat. No.
Oh, I am. Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind as you give me a roll. Okay. You don't see anything.
I'd like to. Are we just in the middle of hills and valleys now? Or are there any woods nearby?
I would say there's not any wood nearby. You are a lot closer as you're at where the word of is essentially. You're pretty close to this volcano. I mean, it's a large base, but the kind of hilly descent from the volcano towards the path is a bit more sharp, a bit more rocky, a bit more craggy, but There's not a whole lot of vegetation that you can see, and again, to the south is just more tall wheatgrass. So it's up to you where you guys want to put.
I'd like to take 20 or 30 minutes to find bones or dead animals or anything.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Whoop.
All right. Let me see. I'll say it takes you the full 30 minutes or so to look. I'm guessing you do a kind of like a search around the area, and you're not able to see much. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of activity of any sort around these parts. But as you kind of climb the mountain, you do see, or as you kind of climb a bit towards the volcano, you do see some bones kind of a bit buried, but you're able to kind of, not very deep, you are able to kind of clear away the dirt. And from what you can tell, it seems to be a kind of mountain goat or something like that.
A mountain goat. Is it all bones, or is there
It's
meat
pretty
on
much all bones. It seems like it's been picked apart by perhaps maybe coyotes or some sort of small predator, and crows or vulture.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and revive it.
Okay, go ahead and revive that. Let me see if there's a fucking goat stat block in here.
At what level? Oh, just one. So
Some of the giants in here. There's a goat, all right. You know that. I guess you wouldn't know this. You'll find it out when in the morning when you decide to travel with it. So yeah, you have a goat skeleton.
Aw. It's so cute.
So yeah, as you kind of as you do your spell, as it takes the I guess the 1 minute for you to kind of do whatever you need to do, you see the magical kind of energy surround this this area where you found the bones, and they all kind of slowly float into place and kind of lock. The joints all kind of connect where they should, and eventually the head kind of comes in and then like just kind of tilts really fast into the right spot and looks up at you and just kind of longingly. I guess it's more like it's probably pretty close at your eye level. It's not that big.
Yeah.
It's probably looking up at you still.
I'm gonna call you Philip.
Philip, nice.
Beautiful.
Alright, Philip. Come down the mountain with me. Now you're gonna stand guard for us and make sure we don't get snuck up on, alright? That's right. That's a good goat.
I go inside the hut. And whoever else wants to take watch or not, I'll just go to sleep.
Okay.
If everyone else.
I just want to work on some brewing stuff before I go to bed again.
Okay. Give me another roll.
That was a D20 plus 8, if I recall.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, you keep on trucking. I mean, there's not a whole lot of work you have to do at this point, unless you're trying to make. You're not progressing a whole lot on the batch you already made. So are you just trying to make another batch essentially? Because it's essentially just you have to use you need it to ferment is what you need to do for the first stuff. So there's not much you can't really speed that up.
Hey, Ruby, do you have what'd you get besides those blueberries?
Blackberries.
Okay, do you have some of those blackberries? I think it might do wonders in this brew.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
I'll
thank
give you
I'm gonna
5.
put those in there.
All right, so yeah, so I'll say that you're starting to getting some sort of blackberry ale going. That's probably gonna be pretty good. And And I will tell you that with the supplies that you brought with you, you could probably only create maybe another one more batch of whatever you're trying to make before you run out. And you have to replenish your supplies.
Okay.
I think. You're the only person in history who's ever bothered with brewing supplies, Justin.
Hey, now.
And now I have to deal with trying to figure out how to make them work. But yeah, you go ahead and do that. So I'm assuming maybe you do that while Gengar's out searching.
Yeah, probably.
You can do this before you go to bed while it's getting darker.
Yeah.
Do I catch him while he's awake?
I would probably say so. It probably takes like a fair amount of time to do what you're trying to do.
I enter the hut and I look at him and I go, Dine.
Hi.
Don't be alarmed.
I'm a little worried now.
There's a skeleton goat that I resurrected outside. Don't worry, he's our friend. He's just patrolling the hut. I'm gonna go to bed now. Good night. Sweet dreams.
I'm gonna do an insight check on that. What the fuck was that?
Why?
What is he picking up?
Gengar doesn't really lie ever. He's just weird and creepy, but oh, it's a kitty.
Aw.
But yeah, he told you the truth.
I'm just really weirded out. I don't even want to look outside at this goat.
What's the nature of the hut? Do we see outside of the hut?
Yep, you can see outside it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you're probably already looking at it.
No, I don't want to.
The goat just kind of like walks around the perimeter and then it stops and then it stares at Dane.
You're gonna give me nightmares.
And then it just continues to circle around the hut.
Jeez. This is the weirdest group of people I've
And
ever.
then Gengar just kind of smiles and goes to bed.
You all somehow have found ways to antagonize each other, and it's fantastic.
I mean, like, I think we have several more days of travel. We've only been on the road for 3 days, and I don't think we're even halfway.
You've been on the road for about 2 so far, and you can, given the fact of how, well,
isn't it 3? Because we had the first night where we had the fight, the second night where I was a horse, and the third day where I was a mammoth.
That's very true, yep. So yeah, you're not quite halfway there. If you want to give me a survival roll, I could tell you about how, based on your travel in, how much longer time-wise you guys probably have to go.
So good at this.
It's not. You're not great at. You're not really. I mean, you've traveled a lot, a fair amount in your time, just from Harzeg Hall to wherever your family has gone after leaving. You think that you probably have at your current pace, a couple days at least for sure. Probably at least maybe 3 or 4 more days, which is probably less than it took to get in because you didn't. Maybe you continued to do your horse trick. Yeah.
I don't think we were doing this on the way in. We weren't necessarily as big of a time crunch.
Yeah, you knew when you had to get there, and you were probably able to time it pretty well, where you didn't have to rush or anything like that. So you still have a ways to go at your current pace.
Alrighty. Does anyone else want to be the mammoth tomorrow?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Gallus. I think you're doing a great job as the mammoth, and I think you should maintain that role.
I can continue it.
And I'm a little terrified of being a walking mammoth, so...
Well, it's not that bad. It is weird being that high up, and for some reason, yesterday craving for hay, today terrified of mice.
I could be the mammoth if you want.
The person with the best animal handling. No, that's if you would like to be the mammoth, I can absolutely do that.
Sure, I can do it.
Tomorrow, because I can cast it on a creature too, as long as you're willing. If you're unwilling, then you have to do a save. Which would also be hilarious if we did it on Dane and he was unwilling.
Oh god.
I want to be the mammoth.
Let's jump out of the way last second. Hits him. Oopsie.
Yeah, no, we can do that tomorrow. I just wanted to see. I don't mind, but if anyone else wanted to be a mammoth, more than welcome to. So yeah, tomorrow Ruby can go from being very small to be very large.
Good change of pace.
Nice.
Anything else, guys? I'm set.
Yeah, I'm ready for sleep.
Set.
Yep.
Was anybody trying to take a watch, or you guys just trusting in the hut and trusting in the hut?
Trust in Philip.
Trusting Philip in the hut. All right.
Fill up the hut.
All right, you guys take a long rest. Gallus, you get all your spell slots back from polymorphin 6 times.
Yeah, Matt's gonna be like, all of a sudden you can't use polymorph anymore.
I wouldn't dare do that. So yeah, morning rolls around. I'd say you guys probably spend a little bit more time at night this time around, so you guys probably wake up typical morning time, probably about 8 o'clock or so. Sun not very high in the sky, but still rising in the west. Not particularly blocked by anything. There's some clouds in the sky, and it's kind of cool morning. It's a slight kind of chill. Indifference from what you're used to in the hut, but it's not cold per se. Slight wind, but nothing more than that really. So, what do you guys want to do once you wake up?
All right.
I want to check on Philip.
Okay. Philip seems fine.
Okay. Do I know what my zombies and skeletons go through? Like, if I'm away from them? I don't think that's how it works, does it?
Very familiar.
They
Right.
feel lonely on the inside, Logan.
Yeah, it's fine.
I would say probably not.
Yeah,
I think it's just under your control. It's not really technically part of you.
yeah. I think Gengar, like, secretly wants that feeling, though.
Right.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. He wants, like, to be one with the dead. Alright. Gengar's just gonna get ready to go on the Mammoth now.
All right. I will say, given that you have learned, you guys kind of figured out what not to do last time. I will say, even though it's a new mammoth person doing this, if indeed, are you? I guess who is taking it? Ruby, are you going to be the pack mammoth today?
Yeah, I'll be the mammoth.
All right. So I do have to warn you. You lose a lot of. You'll be fine. I'll just cast it. No one. You'll be fine.
No warning.
You know.
I think he was about to say cognitive abilities.
Here's the stats if you need it, by the way, Lauren.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So, is that a touch spell, polymorph, or whatever it is?
No, it's within 60 feet, so technically,
so.
Yeah.
I will say, as it was with you, polymorph when you cast it, it's not an instantaneous kind of thing. The person essentially morphs into this thing. So you see this tiny 3-foot halfling just start stretching. She gets hair on her. You see the mammoth tusks start to pull out of her face as she morphs into this. It's pretty gross. I mean, it looked kind of sort of natural when the tusks were coming out of Gallus. It doesn't particularly look so when you see it coming out of Ruby. It's a bit of a kind of weird sight. But one small thing. Dane, can you give me a wisdom check?
Yeah, I got you. Just straight wisdom?
Yeah. Okay.
Damn, son.
Good.
Yeah, Ruby, you are a woolly mammoth now. So I will say that, for the sake of expediency, you guys climb aboard. Philip is next to the mammoth. You could try it if you'd like to. I mean, he's probably a lot lighter since he is just a skeleton. You could try to get him on if you'd like. But
yeah, can I grab him by the trunk, or wrap him around my trunk and try putting him on my back?
I would say, please give me a dexterity check. Probably with a disadvantage because you're a woolly mammoth trying to wrap bones.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
-1.
-1.
Yeah, it's a D20 -1.
Do 2 of them. I'll just say just give me 1. That's fine.
How do you do? I don't know how to do a minus. So 17.
That's fine. Yep. You're surprisingly graceful with your newly acquired trunk powers, and you're able to kind of delicately wrap your trunk around this bone goat and lift him on your back. Maybe like not all the way up, but enough so that one of the 3 members can grab Philip and put him on your back.
I can't believe you're taking Philip with you. That's so nice. I'm warming up to you guys. I had my doubts.
I have literally the exact opposite reaction. I'm like, I can't fucking believe you're bringing Philip with us.
The best part of using the mammoth transportation is we didn't need the undead to come with us, but you know, he did make a good watchdog. What was this? What did you find?
Well, it was less of a watch goat and more of a friend, you know?
I don't even know what it is.
What? One at a time, alright? You guys are acting so weird about this. It's just my bone goat friend, that's all. There's nothing else to it.
I'm pretty sure if you say that in certain parts of the country, you have a boning goat friend, they're going to throw you in jail.
Actually, yes, I can see that. I'll refrain from saying it that way again. Man, you're all so serious, except for you, Ruby. You're a gem. But
And the mammoth, I can barely hear what you're saying. All these compliments are going to waste.
Yeah, right.
They're going flying right over your head.
Right. I'm gonna tug on the trunk and have me go up next.
Okay. You all can climb up without... I'll say it's your first time. Gallus, why don't you give me an acrobatics or athletics check?
Sure. 17.
You're fine. You're able to... you're a bit bigger. You're able to get a bit more... You're a bit stronger. You're able to get a better grasp on the trunk and the tusks. And kind of having been Mammoth, you kind of know a bit where the best handholds are, so it's a bit easier for you to climb up. You're rather spry as well. It's a rather nice sight. So yeah, if you guys want to set off, I'll just have we'll do our typical perception check. Obviously, the best one at perceiving things on traveling is currently dumb as a bag of bricks, so she's not going to be able to help you. But if one of you three want to do or however you want to do it, 2 checks or one with advantage, just tell me who's doing it.
I will sing you a song and give you a bardic inspiration. Oh, can I do that? I can't because I'm concentrating. I don't think I can.
Is bardic inspiration a spell? It's not a spell, though, right?
No, it's not a spell. So yeah, I'll be like, I'll be like, you have such great eyes. I'm sure you'll see all of our issues. You have a D10. Oh, I put it here so that I didn't have to do that. There you go. For the next 10 minutes, you have a D10.
So my looking.
It's up to whoever wants to do it.
What'd you say?
Who's actually doing the roll?
I'm gonna give inspiration. God, I have to choose between the cleric who follows a religion I don't like, or the dude who's bringing around dead goats with us.
Yep. You could give it to Philip if you'd like.
Not giving it to Philip. I'm gonna give it. The goat smells bad. I'm gonna give it to the not goat lover. I'm gonna give it to Dane because he didn't bring a bag of bones on the thing, even though he keeps praying. I feel bad for him. He keeps praying to his God.
I was going to leave it, but she put it on her back. How could I say no to that friendly gesture?
I have to try to inspire this guy. He hates music, and his God won't listen to him. He's having a bad week.
Thanks there, Callus.
Okay, so is someone helping him, or is it just going to be just Dane?
That was as good as I'm ever going to give.
Okay, so I guess just give me one roll, Dane.
Oh, I mean, I'll help
wow,
him.
he's got a D10 and a D4.
Oh, if I decide.
Oh, no, he has advantage.
D10,
I guess he could give himself guide. Oh my God! All right,
It's gonna be
with advantage.
Roll.
You're going to see everything. Remember, you have 10 minutes on the inspiration if you don't want to use it.
I don't think I should use it since I got 23.
All right.
Save it for later, huh?
You got 10 minutes.
Good to know. So you guys take off on your woolly mammoth friend towards Danderfield again.
This would be when you do your brewing right now.
Yeah, on the bumpy ride.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I mean, there's a lot of room on the back of the woolly mammoth. You guys can probably do other stuff besides just sitting there. You're limited on what you can do, but you can try to do something.
I'm going to try the brewer's tools then with this inspiration.
Well, wait, did you see anything or no?
I don't know. That didn't say.
Well, I mean, you've got they'll cover your entire trip, so I'll let you know if you want to do something. I'll let you know if something pops up.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to try the brewer's tools then and
Right.
do that. So I'm going to do that little roll right there. Oh,
Christ almighty.
Jesus. Double 19s.
Whoa.
maybe I should do inspiration to make it like the best batch of all time.
Oh, God.
I mean, I only have 10 minutes with it, right? I might as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, while you're making this while you're brewing, it's gonna take quite a while.
You better share now.
Oh. Add that on
Jesus
to that.
Christ.
How much time did you spend? How much time did you spend last night? Because Gengar was only gone for about half an hour before he came back, so that's probably not enough time for you to actually do what you want to do to create a full batch of your blackberry brew.
Yeah.
So if you only spent that half hour, I would say you're applying this 35 to that, creating that beer.
Nice.
Jesus.
So you take several hours of the day. It's a bit tough at times because of the bounce of the woolly mammoth, the way it walks, but it doesn't seem to faze you. You're in the zone.
Yeah, man. The vibrations of the mammoth are adding to the texture.
Yeah, it's like it's like aerating it a bit. It's a bit nitro.
Oh my goodness.
What are you gonna call that? What are you gonna call that beverage?
I need to take a taste of it first before I give it a name.
The mammoth's tusk.
Oh,
Mammoth,
I like
Mammoth back beer.
all great suggestions.
Beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
Um,
What normal groups do with inspiration? Perception? No. Make the best beer.
Drink the best beer while riding on a mammoth.
I'm not equipped to deal with this.
Here's the other cat, by the way.
Excellent.
Second cat. We've had one cat, yes. What about second cat?
Beautiful. I'm currently staring at me.
Oh, they're locked in the room because Stacy shut the door. That's why they're pissed.
You're too loud, Robert. Gengar or Gallus, do you want to do anything while on the mammoth's back?
I am just fixated on this guy making beer, just amazed.
I'm just holding on to the goat and make sure it doesn't fall off.
So, do you want to call it here, or do you want to keep going and see if we can make it to Danderfield? I will just, it's up to you guys. You want to call it here and call it night, or I will say, again, if you keep on the same pace that you guys did yesterday, you can make another 80 miles or so you'll get to essentially the end of the word Sargonis. Right kind of towards that fork in the road. That's as far as you could probably get with your 40 feet of travel time.
I'm fine with picking this up again next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
doing
Yeah.
quite a bit of yawning.
Let me check my calendar, but I'll text you guys. Why did you shut the door? Anyways, the cat did it. I should be fine, but I don't like planning and then getting yelled at that I was busy. So I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Should be good for next week.
Sounds good to me. I already have pretty much everything planned for Danderfield anyway, so didn't do much planning. So whenever we want to do it.
Nice.
He had to be prepared in case Justin's God actually showed up.
True.
I have a bit prepared if that is the case.
I wouldn't count on it.
I'm kind of hoping it does happen.
Me too. Just fly over the whole continent.
Fudge the
Get rid of all that
numbers.
content.
It's
They
all
had
the
prepared.
content. He prepared such a cool thing probably at that hut, and you guys are like, nah. It was probably like a teleportation circle that led all the way out to the other side of the continent.
The Eldersword is actually inside that hut. We just fucked it
It
all
was
up.
actually inside the hut that we just passed.
And you had to roll a natural 20 to see it, and you guys just went right by it. You could have saved all the travel, but nope.
There's a guy in the window just waving the sword.
Wait,
I'm gonna be around the whole time.
Oh God, that would be the ultimate troll.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Yeah, let me go check the calendar. I'll respond in like seconds. I just gotta go to like another room.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
I hope you all enjoyed your travels on the road to Danderfield.
That was interesting. There's a lot of banter back and forth.
I know. I'm glad that you guys are doing that.
Ready?
It's a bit more fun that way.
Want any more spaghetti, Logan?
No, I'm good.